Thank you for the sub. We're building something.
Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart, and God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread, healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed. And we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare, we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty is yours. I decree it and I speak it In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to today's edition of Yes, You O Cubed. What does O Cube stand for? One-on-one, because it's just me and you, and I'm your spiritual thought leader, the spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I'm glad that you joined me on today cheering, because it's hump day. Can you believe that? It's hump day. Yes, it is. It's Wednesday, June the 21st in the year 2023. You better wait a minute, Shelly. You better. It's hot. It's hot. Listen, we in here, y'all. We are in here and we are doing this thing. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm all the above. Listen, trying to get my little studio set up right here because, listen, we had a little catastrophe this morning, and so y'all gonna work with me today. It's good to be here, y'all. It's good to be here. And flesh shall be shown. Now listen, it's another day's journey and I'm glad about it. And I'm so glad that you came in here this morning to join in with me here in the Lion's Den. Now let's get this party started and get this party crack-a-lacking. Listen, arms and shoulders, baby. Arms and shoulders fairly all day. Yes, ma'am. You better believe it today. You better believe it. Listen, Stacy, it sounded right to me either way you take it. At the end of the day, Stacy, listen, Stacy 546 is here, y'all. Stacy 546 is here. And this is the way I'm going to do it because, listen, I'm so glad you're here, sis. I'm so glad you're here.
Learn how to do this when you don't have the words. Let your feet speak for you. You got to learn how to let your feet speak for you. And right now, my feet got a testimony.
Stacy's back, y'all. Stacy.
Hey, he has done great things. He has done great things. Yes, sir. He has done great things. He has done. He has done. He has done. He has done great things. He has done. He has done. And learn how to do this when you don't have the words. Let your feet speak for you. You got to learn how to let your feet speak for you. And right now, my feet got a testimony. Hey, he has done great things. He has done great things. Yes, sir. He has done great things. He has done. He has done. He has done. He has done great things. He has done. He has done. And to learn how to do this when you don't have the words, let your feet speak for you. You got to learn how to let your feet speak for you.
Welcome back to the
And right now, my feet got a testimony. Hey, he has done great things. He has done great things. Yes, sir. He has done great things. He has done. He has done. He has done. He has done great.
Stacy, that's how we welcome you back to the Lion's Den. Come on in here, sis, and we are happy to have you back. Oh, my goodness, and we've missed you while you were gone. For sure, for sure, for sure. Now, I appreciate all the prayers. Listen, all the love. Y'all been sending it up. Y'all been sending it up, and I appreciate you. That's the way we do it in the Lion's Den because we love each other. So there you have it, Stacy. Come on in here, and you know what to do. You know what to do because you're no stranger to this, and it's good to have you back. Now, I'm gonna get ready. Listen, I'm telling you, Shelly Thunder, while you there, and let me just go ahead and say, it's a highway to hell. I see your 666 sign down there. I'm gonna tell you what, already, Y'all, we talking about 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's 85 and 86 degrees at 4 o'clock in the morning. And we are under heat warning down here in, as the rebel calls it, the devil's playground. And the devil's spit is just all over the place, because I'm trying to tell you, we got a heat index that they're anticipating between 110 and 120 today, y'all. Did you understand the words that was coming out of my mouth? I said between 110 and 120. I just got to say it like this. Could it be? Could it be? The devil! Babies, this ain't nothing but that old slimy, slew-footed devil. Please believe it. It's the devil. Don't ask any ifs, ands, or buts about it. Diablo, Beelzebub, Satan, and all the imps are loose. And I just want you to know the devil spit. That's what it is. The devil spit. It's too hot, Crazy Berry Town. It's too hot. And I'm trying to tell you, we trying to survive this thing, but please understand it. It's Diablo.
The title of this song is they're going to sing for you is The Devil's in the Phone Booth dialing 911. Come on, ladies, bless
It's
these
too
people.
hot for the devil. The devil's dialing 911.
Well, the devil's in the phone booth, dialing 911. Well, the church is on their
This is
knees
for
and
you,
they're loading up
family.
the spiritual gun. Well, the devil thought he had us, but the tables are turned, and now he's on the run. The devil's in the phone booth, dialing 911. My whole life has changed since the Lord saved me.
Fairly, you need Jesus.
I proclaim the mighty name of Jesus Christ to everyone that I see. You know the keys to the kingdom are the secret to success. To lose the Holy Ghost and the Son. The devil's in the phone booth, dialing 911.
Terrence, I'm just trying to tell you, it's hot in here. And I'm not going to take off all my clothes, but I'm going to get awful close to it. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, Fairly all day, she said she's going to call in one day and request that song. She's gonna call in one day and request that song, because she said this song is a whole jam and a bop. Y'all silly. Y'all are silly. That's the way we do it in the Lions Den. We ain't got no sense in here. I'm trying to tell you. At the end of the day, you think your wife... It's freezing in your house, DJ. Listen, Rock and Rhyme. She's related to SK8843 because they believe in hanging whole sides of beef. They get every bovine animal that they can round up and put in that house, and they string it up. Because when I tell you that freezer mentality for the saints that can't stand the heat, DJ Rock and Ron, I just can't understand it. You're coming down to DJ Rock and Ron, come on down here to Texas so you can warm up. Because, baby, I promise you this road trip, the minute you hit the Texas border, you going to thaw out. Please believe it. The minute you hit the Texas border, sir, you will thaw out, because it's Hades degrees. It's hell degrees in Texas, y'all. I told you the devil's spit is just all over the place. Please believe it. Now, I'm going to say good morning, and I'm going to congratulate those that came into the VIP section. Listen, I'm gonna give it because Tall Pumps, I just want you to know she's been holding down the fort for my brother that's been on vacation. I appreciate her because, baby, she's doing her thing. Please believe it. She's making sure we're taken care of. And I want to say to Tall Pumps, I appreciate you making sure that we had security out here while Truck Driver has been on vacay. There's my beautiful sister from the Chi-Town, and she's on special assignment. Y'all know it, but she's still all over the place here in the Lions Den. Love us some you. Now, the third person to make it into the Lion's Den this morning was DJ Rock and Ron. Congratulations. Go ahead and sit right over there on that love seat, because I got a beautiful beauty to come and sit down next to you. Because the second person that made it into the Lion's Den this morning, Buenas stirs the soul. It was Shelly Thunder. Come on in here, sis. Come on, come on, come on. Appreciate you, sis. Now, I tell you what, these babies was coming in this morning, but the winner of Grandpa Holmes' share is none other than KK79. Hold on, let me scroll just a little bit. There we go. There she is. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. Get your lips, get your hips, get your fingertips. That's my girl right there. That's my girl right there. That's my beautiful soul. Congratulations. You are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. And she came in ready, y'all. She came in ready. Now, listen, I want to appreciate these beautiful sisters right here. These are my girls. This is my blessed trinity. Y'all know how we do it in here. I appreciate them because they keep us straight. When I tell you Shelly Thunder was laboring in the vineyard yesterday, Mother was putting folks out left and right. She wasn't playing with they tail. She said, and she keeps telling you she got to make a believer out of you. Try Jesus, don't try me. I see that mod love Stacy 546. I see that mod love Cassandra Woke. I see that mod love Fairly All Day. I see that mod love DJ Rock and Ron. Shelly Thunder is the prophetess in the house. Please believe it. She will pray the prayer of faith, and it works, babies. It works. Shelly Thunder, even as we speak, she's banning folks. Shirley, you must work the works of him that sent you while it's day, because night cometh when no man can work. You better block these saints. Shirley Thunder, I see that, my love. She will definitely pray the prayer of faith, and her prayers work. She'll give you a scripture to soothe your soul, but she'll block your tail. I see that, my love, DJ Rock and Ron. Even as we speak, baby, she's letting the thunder clap. Try Jesus, don't try me. Block a Whole Ministry is in full effect. Come on, gang, gang. And then we got the leader of the pack who came back from vacation. She's back from vacay, y'all. That's none other than, the Rebel Inc. The Rebel Inc. is in the house this morning. That's my girl. So much mad love to her. Listen, at the end of the day, that is my girl. She's my ace boon coon. If you know, you know. She's my ace boon coon, my day one, my number one. I appreciate her. She's in the room and she's a streamer. If you're not following my girl, the Rebel Inc., quit your wicked ways. I said, quit your liver ways. Quit your wicked ways. Listen, she's gonna bless your whole soul. I promise you she will. And I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for being in the midst today. She was on vacay, but she was listening to us yesterday. She was listening to us yesterday, even though she was on vacay. And we love us some her. Then, of course, you know, I appreciate my girl. Yes, none other than the Quiet Storm. Yes, the Quiet Storm, otherwise known as Michelle Brownell. She's my angel. Yes, she changes the atmosphere just by being in it. But you know what? Even though she's my angel, every now and then her horns stick up. You didn't hear it from me, though. You didn't hear it from me. But ask Shelly Thunder, ask the Rebel Inc. They will testify. It's not a lie. Every now and again, out from under that halo, some horns do stick up. These are my blessed Trinity, and I love me some them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Now, you didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. Rebel talk about I'm with you when you're right. Shelly Thunder talking about Angel, my big toe. I got receipts. Listen, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, Shelly. Don't tell the business. Don't tell the business. Listen, I don't need you out here confessing on other folks' behalf. Let her confess for herself. DJ Rock and Ron, these are my mods, and I love them. They are absolutely magnificent, beautiful for situation, and blocking even as we speak. Now, listen, as my mother said, when you come in the room, speak to somebody. We're going to come around real quick, fast, and in a hurry, and I'm going to read through you real quick because we moving on. I see Stacy 546. We're so glad that you're back, and we done shouted already. I appreciate you, DJ Rock and Ron. Now, let me tell you what, the first one in the room, CJ. Listen, CJ is not playing with y'all. Listen, at the crack of dawn, before we even come in the stream, CJ Manning is already here, Saints, already here, and nothing but mad love, nothing but mad love. CJ Manning is a streamer. If you're not following CJ Manning, quit. Ways, just quit him, because there's a blessing in store for you. Now, coming on down, and DJ Rock and Ron is my brother. He's also a streamer. If you're not following him, quit your ways, just quit him. Because listen, I want you to know there's a blessing in the pressing. He will lift you up. I promise you he will do it. Then my dearest friend, Fairly All Day, came on in here. Good morning to you, gorgeous. Come on in here, and good to have you in the Lion's Den. My two sisters, BTD Mom, as well as SK8843, otherwise known as Anita Harvey and Sheila Stillman. They're in the room, and those are my loves. I appreciate you so much. Mad love to you. Listen, I left BTD Mom's house a little late yesterday. She was a little slow getting in this morning. I said, Lord, is BTD Mom still attached to the bed and can't turn it loose? But nonetheless, she's in here, Saint. She's in here. She made her way in, and those are my two beautiful big sisters. Coming on down in MCP 812, my sister, cousin, pastor friend, she's in here as well. Nothing but mad love to you. Now, like they said, when you going out there to do some yard work, don't you follow? Listen, you gonna fall out like you, no, I ain't even gonna speak that on you, but I don't want you falling out like you fell out with them crystals. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't fall out like you did with those crystals. Take care of yourself out there in that heat. Coming on down, I'm looking and I'm booking in Cassandra Woke 2022. That's my poet laureate. She's in the room, y'all. In the trash can, Rebel. In the that story. I just wish I had recorded that story, because there's nothing like it. I'm telling you, that had to be one of the best stories I ever heard. Now, my poet laureate is in the room. That's none other than Cassandra Woke. I appreciate you. I absolutely, positively do. That's my girl right there, and mad love to you. Then we coming on down, and who else do I see in the Lion's Den this morning? Listen. I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. I'm going to find out who's naughty and nice and who comes up on my radar. But this one right here. I didn't even call no name, and they put up Crazy Berrytown. Crazy Berrytown. She's here with that flat flute, children. That flat flute is here. Now listen, if you're not following Crazy Berrytown, because she'll give you chit chat and a sip. She'll Zumba you design. If you know, you know, Shelly Thunder. If you if you know, you know. She'll Zumba you design. She's our fearless leader in good grief. If you're not following Crazy Berrytown, quit your wicked ways. Quit them. Just quit your wicked ways, because she's going to bless you. She'll bless your body, your mind, your spirit, and your belly. I'm trying to tell you, she'll do all of the above. She will do it. Then she'll help you lose the weight to get it off. That's my crazy Berry Town right there, and I love me some her. Now, coming on down, and I'm looking, and I'm booking, and I'm making a list, and I'm checking it twice, and I'm checking out who's naughty and nice, and I see Innocent. Come on in here, Innocent. It's good to see you this morning. Nothing but mad love. Y'all, it is hell degrees in here, and the air is running. Please believe. The air is running this morning, but the mother about to faint. Innocent, you better do your thing. Come on in here, and mad love to you. You are in here, and I appreciate you. Now, then we got, yes, the prophetess. Shelly Thunder. Oh, that's my prophetess right there. She's in here clowning already this morning. She's a Shelly. You just already look at that. Listen, every time they flash that picture up there, it just takes me out, Shelly. I'm like, this girl, I got the most beautiful people in the lines then. I'm just trying to tell. That's thunder and lightning right there. That's thunder and lightning. And did you see all that glittering star around her head? Baby, she brought all the elements. She's all the elements in one. That's my prophetess right there. I love me some her. Coming on down, and I'm looking and booking and seeing who else is in the lines then, because you know I got to hurry up and get out of here, Saints. I got to hurry up and get out of here. But I enjoy coming around and speaking to everybody. There's just something special about it. Just saying good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody that's here. Rolling on down and scrolling on down, and I'm going really, really, really fast. And I think who else came in? I want to make sure I love. Listen, stirs the soul. My wordsmith is up in here, y'all. I love me some stirs the soul. This baby right here. You know, I want to listen. I want to give, what am I going to give Stirs the Soul? Because Stirs, he's just, it's something different about him. And I love him. I absolutely, his mind. I like a good, quick-witted, fast mind. I really, really do. For some reason, I feel like Stirs the Soul has had some places in his life where he had to make the quick getaway. Something in my shondo just feels like Stirs the Soul stirred up some stuff, and that's the way he had to leave. You understand what I'm saying? I just get the feeling that Stirs the Soul stirred up some stuff, and that's the way he had to leave. I just want to do it one more time. Somehow or another, I think that's apropos, Stirs. I think that's apropos. This is my guy. He's a wordsmith, and I love me some you. And thank you for coming in this morning. I miss you when you're not here, and I love it when you are. Come on in here, and that's my guy. Now listen, we Demon Fox, come on in here. I see it. That sounds about right, Shelly. I think that's how Stirs the Soul got to get up and get out, baby, because his mind is so sharp. He'll be done said some things, and honey, he got to make a quick exit to get up out of there. Demon Fox the God, y'all see the streamer right there. Come on in here, my brother. Mad love to you, and it's so good to have you in the house. If you're not following Demon Fox the God, quit your ways. Just quit him, because I'm trying to tell you, he's going to bless your whole life. Nothing but mad love to you, and I get happy every time I see you in the Lion's Den as well. Now, there she is, children. Just before we got out of here, she showed up, and I love her. That's my angel, y'all. That's my angel. Yes, Michelle Browno has made it into the room. That's one of my mods, and I love you, sis. So much mad love to you. Now, that's the way we come in the mornings, and I know y'all be like, what do you mean, Lord help us? I'm trying to tell y'all. Now, Shelly, before you came, somebody said something about you having some horns, but I'm not going to tell you who said it. And I'm not going to tell you, but somebody in this stream said something about you having some horns that pop up every now and again out of that halo. But I'm not going to tell you who did it. I'm not going to tell you who did it. I'm gonna let you just kind of simmer on that and see what happens. Now, looky here. This is what had happened was, whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, get those coffee cups out. Get your Fairly said, I heard it, Michelle. Ooh, wait a minute, Rebel. Wait a minute, Rebel. Listen, snitches get stitches. What are you doing? She talking about, I'll tell you the initials are STL. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all need Jesus. I need to have prayer meeting right now, because I'm telling y'all came in here with the wrong kind of spirit. You're just running off with diarrhea of the lips and telling all kind of people's business. Now listen, it was reported to me, I don't know if you all heard the other morning, there was a submersible, and come on, get your coffee cup out, get your coffee cup out. While I was in here clowning, Chad, I done reconfigured my studio, so I'm trying to refigure it out, Saints, but we gonna get through it. At the end of the day, I want you to get your coffee cup out, get your coffee cup out, get your coffee cup out, because it was reported to me, Cheering. I don't know if you all are aware of this or not, but Michelle, I love you, girl. I see your coffee cup, Stacy546. I see your coffee cup Fairly all day. I feel like clowning this morning, in case y'all couldn't tell. I feel like clowning down in my shondo. Listen, get your coffee cups out. Get your coffee cups out. I don't know if you all are aware of this or not, but there's a submersible that has been missing now for a minute. And at the end of the day, listen, whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, what had happened was some people went to see. I see you, BTD Mom. I see that coffee cup. You receive it. No shame on me, because if you know, you know. Queen Bee, present and accounted for. Flesh out equals clowning on a million, Shelly Thunder. When you see flesh, woo, 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 because naked I came into this world, and naked I shall return. When you see flesh, I'm in my natural state. Please believe it. Now listen, at the end of, Shelly done put in highway to hell again. She got the highway sign for 666. Water in the garden. Come on here. Now listen. There were some folks, you said what you said, and you'll add to it before you take it back. Shelly, you in rare form this morning, too. What's going on with you, sis? You in rare form this morning. And I love me some you. You are precious to my soul. It's a show and tell roar. Y'all, but listen, don't mess with me, because I got a roar all the way down in my shondo. Get Fairly all day. Let me tell y'all something. While you talking about a roar down in my shondo, you're done. You don't have to be done, Shelly, because I'm loving it. My nephew is the father of a dog. His name is Blaze. Blaze is the cutest thing. And so Blaze came in while we talking about I got a roar down in my shondo. Blaze came in. I came in, and you know, Blaze just goes crazy because he wants me to pick him up. He wants me to love on him. I see you, BTD Mom, lurking twerk. He wants me to love on him and this and that and the other. So I pick him up. He's small enough that I can fit him in the cup of my arm and just carry him around. So yesterday he was just going crazy, and he does this thing where he demands, and oh, wait a minute, let me come over here, because I got folks out on Facebook that I know are there. Let me stop. I want to say to Anita Harvey, good morning. Glenda MH Groves, good morning, because I keep forgetting about my folks in Facebook, and they just be over here talking, and KK79 does such a good job taking care of them. June Cunningham, come on in here. She's in the room this morning. I appreciate you. Mary C. Patterson is over in Facebook, and I appreciate you all because you all are sending this algorithm all over the place. Glenda M.H. Groves is in all of the Facebook, all 3 of them. I appreciate you for that, sis, and thank you. I wanted to make sure I don't want to miss anybody that's out there in Facebook for those that are actually chatting in and holding conversation with us. So thank you. I'm glad I remembered that. Blaze, listen. Blaze was determined. He does this thing where he will not stop until he gets your attention. He just totally disrupts the whole atmosphere. And so yesterday, Blaze was in rare form because I had picked him up, but I didn't hold him as long as he wanted me to cuddle on him. So Blaze went nuts in his pen. Blaze is jumping up and down. Blaze has just lost his mind. Now, I told y'all I got to roar, right? Blaze is over here going crazy. Now, I got to move the microphone back because this is literally what I did. Blaze looked at me, y'all. Blaze looked at me. Blaze went to the other end of his kennel. Blaze laid down and Blaze did not move the rest of the night. Blaze just kept looking at me through. BTG Mom said I'm a witness. Listen, I blew Blaze's mind. Blaze could not believe that I barked back at him. That baby, I told y'all I got a roar, right? I looked over at that Shelly, he said, you crazy. You cray. I looked at that dog, I said, that dog was done. That dog didn't say nothing the rest of the night. He backed up over into the corner, Shelly Thunder. He backed over in the opposite side in the corner and sat down. That joker didn't move the rest of the Woo! That joker didn't move the rest. When I tell you, BTD Mom and I cried laughing. Woo! That dog didn't know what to do, y'all. He did not know what to do. So listen, I gotta roar and I gotta bark. Please, DJ Rock and Ron. Please believe it. Okay, let me come back. Let me come back. Because listen, that took me out. I ain't lying. That baby crawled over in that corner, sat down, and that dog didn't say nothing else the rest of the night. Sidecore Fit is in the room, y'all. Good morning to you. Sounded like the bride on Coming to America. A big dog. Woo, woo. Okay, let me come back, y'all. Let me come back. I'm streaming this morning. I'm streaming and screaming. Sidecore Fit is a streamer, y'all. If you're not following Sidecore, I done fogged up my glasses so I can't see out them. They so fogged up. If you're not following Sidecore Fit, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways. Now, let me tell you this about Sidecore Fit. Sidecore Fit does. I gotta wipe. Honey, I done fogged up my own glasses. I done steamed them up, cheering. Listen, she does a 10-minute workout, and she does one in the morning. She does one in the afternoon, and then she has others that she does, not just to work the core, but she also has one for your mind to give you a calming down. Listen, it's a good laugh, Sidecore Fit. It's a good laugh in here. If you want to get your body right, she really works on your core. She was working one morning, and I told her, I said she had a balance. She had us balancing, and at the end of the day, honey, I told her, you know, I used to pride myself in how well I could balance myself. But baby, I'm trying to tell you, she had something, and as I've gotten older and gotten a little heavier, and I guess just my dexterity and whatnot is not the same. And honey, I had a time trying to balance myself, but she worked right through with me and did a beautiful job. If you're not following Psycor Fit, I want you all to get out there and please, please, please follow her. She does an excellent, excellent workout for your body, 10 minutes in 10-minute segments. So you get enough to work what you need to work. You hit it and quit it and you're out of there. So again, if you will, everybody that's not following Psycor Fit right now, click her name, go out there and hit that follow button. I don't know how long you've been streaming Psycor Fit, but we gonna get some folks in. We gonna get, oh, listen, I love it. I love it. I love your stream. You're doing a great job. If you're not following Psycor Fit, go out there, click on her name right now, and click that notification bell so you can get notifications when she comes on. And at 10-minute workouts, go out there and please, 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 we support one another over here. That's the way we do it. K2 Hoop, I'm showing shoulders. I'm showing everything I can show. Good morning to you, sis. Good morning to you. So much mad love to you. Fairly, what you talking about? You owe Blaze Pup Cup. Listen, Blaze, I don't know what Blaze ain't tried to get with me. He ain't tried to get me to pick him up or nothing. Blaze ain't doing nothing but looking at me crazy. So I don't even know. Blaze may not let me touch him when I get back over there. Listen, Psycor Fit, nothing but love, nothing but love, nothing but love. And you're doing a great work. As we say over here, I'm doing a good work and I can't come down. So that's the way. Listen, I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you, Psycor Fit. K2 Hoop, it's always good to see you in the house as well. Nothing but mad love to you. Now, at the end of the day, we're gonna let me get on my square this morning, because y'all, I told y'all I feel a clowning in my spirit. I want to go to this story about the submersible that's been missing. Let me see how many days, because I read it the day that it first came out. These folks went to go see the Titanic, and they got on the submersible for it's supposed to be an 11-hour trip, I think is what I read the first time around. Now, at this point, they're saying they hear noises approximately every 30 minutes where the submersible continues as banging sounds are heard. But they can't find these people. So at the end of the day, OceanGate has been out here giving tours to the Titanic. Now, if you, the gift, Nathan Lamont, come on in here, baby. Mad love to you. Come through, because I've been clowning for a whole hour, child. I've been clowning and cavorting for a whole hour. I'm just now getting to news. Now, if you would, because I'm probably that person that likes to explore and experiment. If you would go on an exploration or a trip down to the Titanic, put a 1 in the chat. If that's you, if you're that adventurous person that would actually get on a submersible that takes you down to the Titanic, put a 1 in the chat. If that's you, I want to see how many adventurous people I have in the group. Blaze can't take your craze. Blaze said, bark at somebody else. Absolutely, Cassandra. But honey, Blaze is done with me. Blaze is done with me. You hear D-O-N-E. He's done. Bronx Harlem girl, come on in here. That's my girl. That's my sis. Mad love to you. And you got an emphatic no. Listen, let me get some help. She got a no in there, and she ain't playing with that no. This is the way she said it. Come on. No. Good morning to you. Now, I'm that one. I would be that one that would get on that submersible. So at the end of the day, listen, I'm just saying it would have been a 1, but now that you've heard this story, Stacy 546. Well, you know what I say about that. You know, it's you're claustrophobic. I got you, Bronx Harlem girl. I got you on that. I'm that one. I'll try anything once, pretty much. So at the end of the day, I'm going to say, listen, Stirs the Soul said today it's a no. Last week, it was still going to be a no. Stirs, I'm trying to tell you, you missed your sound effect. You'll have to hear it the next time you come. But I got a whole sound effect for you, Stirs the Soul. I would, and I still would. You know why? Because you have accidents once in how many, unfortunately, they've made many trips taking crews down to see the Titanic. At this point, you have to say, man, it's been a minute. Ocean Gate, man, they've touted how safe and their features, their safety features and this and that and the other. They've talked about how safe their trip was. Now they said, this is my issue. They said that there were some issues over the development of the technology. Stirs the Soul. Listen, the thing is, no. Now they better leave that Titanic alone, K2 Hoop. This is the thing. This is probably where I would have done my research ahead of time. They can send an they can send an unblack man submersible. Y'all got me dying. Fairly, it's a nah for you, dog, in your Randy Jackson voice. The experience. Can you imagine how exhilarating that would be? I mean, really, really, black folk ain't no fools. I'm black, Bronx Harlem girl. I'm black, and I ain't no fool, but I would do it. Not unblack. That's what he said, Rebel. Unblack. At the end of the day, the experience, now, I think the thing for me, I'm telling you, Bronx Harlem girl, I think the thing for me would be I'd have to do all of my homework ahead of time. Now, they said that there was conflicting info about the development of the technology that Ocean Gate was using. Now, I think at the point in time that I know y'all experimenting with me like a guinea pig, like some kind of rat. I think at the point in time, now, was that disclosed? I don't know what all they had to disclose before they took crews down there to see the Titanic, but this wasn't their first rodeo. So it's not a matter of this is their first time out the gate and Lord Jesus, we done lost the people. K2, ain't nobody going to see the Titanic. She talking about they better leave that Titanic alone. Stirs the Soul said, but there was a recent trip back there when the vehicle got trapped and caught up for hours down there. Now, I guess I'm that one, Stirs, that I'm like, you have those one-offs in my mind. You have those one-offs. I think I had this conversation, it might have been with Fairly all day, the other week, I can't remember, all the times start running together. But we were talking about them and the Jetsons and how, do y'all realize almost everything that you saw on the Jetsons has been created? I mean, think about that. Almost everything that you saw on the Jetsons has been created. And so the only thing that we have left really is the flying car. And we were talking about how I think most of you know, and I showed that video clip of them testing a flying car. So, our conversation, baby, when they make that car, we going to be flying in it. We were just talking about that Fairly. And so I'm that adventurous one that I will try it. And I can remember Music Spasms, come on in here. So much mad love to you. Music Spasms is in the room, and I think Music Spasms is a streamer. Correct me if I'm wrong. And if I am, okay. But if I'm not, quit your wicked ways. Because listen, I'm here to tell you, she's gonna bless your whole life. Music Spasm. Is it? I said she, but I don't know. I don't know gender either. So yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If you're not following Music Spasms, it's a he. Thank you. Quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways, because there's a blessing in the pressing, and he will bless your soul. Thank you for coming in, Music Spasms. Nothing but mad love to you. The Gift, Nathan Lamont, what are you saying? I'm all about researching, but it's completely too risky. No one has been that far down there. Well, no, they've taken trips, Nathan. This isn't the first trip. But now, like Stirs the Soul said, there was another submersible that got tied up and tangled up, and was down there in there for a minute before they could get them loose. They are 12,500 feet down in the water. Take me to the water. Y'all know we used to sing that at baptism. Take me to the, take me to the water to be baptized. I'll go down. I don't have a problem with it. I'll go down. If the car is flying, I'll go up. Whatever way we can go, trains, planes, automobiles, it doesn't matter. You give me an opportunity, I'm going to experience it at least once if I can. I'm going to experience it at least one time. So, listen, they were literally being taken to the water. Now, baptism on a whole nother level, honey, because that's how deep the saints are. We had to get baptized at a whole nother level. And listen, we can have the first flying car race, Stacy 546, me, you, and Fairly all day. And I'm going to leave y'all in my smoke. I just want you to know. It's going to be like a sonic boom. And I'm going to look back, and Fairly and Stacy going to be, who was? It's a bird. It's a plane. It's STL. I'm gonna leave y'all in my sonic boom. Please believe it, because as fast as that joker can go, I'm gonna take it. Bronx Harlem girl, I see you, Rebel. I see you, Michelle. I'm trying to tell you. So Stirs the Soul said that's a terrible way to go.
It's a raid.
Oh Lord, is it? Come on here, it's a raid. Hey. One reason. To your right. To your left. Aye. Now walk it on back. To your right. To your left. Aye. Now walk it on back. Listen, one reason, and the gospel takeover is in the house. Please come in and refresh your screens. I am the spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I want to welcome you. Y'all better come on in the Lion's Den. Nothing but mad love to you. I see you. I'm watching you people. Come on in here. I see you, my brother KB Brown's mad love to you, and to everybody that rode that raid train over. Please refresh your screens, because this is the way we do it in the Lion's Den. Ow! To the right. To your left. Aye. Now walk it on back. And now walk it on back. And now walk it on back. And now walk it on back. That's the way we do it. Welcome to Whilst We Slumbered, Slept, and Slobbered. I'm watching you people. Z-Lady C, come on in here. Z-Lady C is welcoming the Raiders because she's up in here. Z-Lady C is my girl. Thank you for resubbing. Come on in here. The Rebel Inc. resubbed on this morning. 33 months long. Michelle. Michelle, I feel like I'm in my natural state. I told him, if you wasn't in here, listen, naked I came into this world, and naked I shall return. And the closer I get to nakedness, the more I get to my natural state. Hootie hoo, come on in here. So much mad love to you, and welcome to the Lion's Den. Y'all talking about a full-blown clown. Listen, this is the real me. I decided to let her out fairly all day, like Mia Richards told that actress. She came to me last night and she said, I want out. Rambo, sit down somewhere. Talking about you know what. Now listen, I want to welcome you Raiders. You all, Miss Fee, come on in here. Nothing but mad love to you. I'm clowning this morning, y'all. I'm clowning, but I'm talking for real stuff. Now, I back to the submersible. I think that I would not have a problem going in the submersible, but at this point, cheering, just as it's the spaghetti straps, K2 Hoop. It's the spaghetti. The spaghetti. It's the spaghetti. Anyway, give us free. Fairly all day, you ain't got no sense. It's moist. It's moist. Now listen, at the end of the day, these babies are down here trapped in the deep blue sea. And I'm telling you, Z Lady C, I feel something all in my... Shelly Thunder said, get mother. Y'all ain't ready for me today. Listen, at the end of the day, these babies down here floating in the deep blue sea. And at the end of the day, I'm telling you what, I can only imagine what that feels like. Listen, I looked at my Jamaica man just on yesterday, KB Browns. Interesting that you would say that. And I started to take his picture and port it over here into my studio so I could flash him up on the screen. You must have got down in your propheticals and pick that up, because I genuinely started to put my Jamaica man picture in here and just flash him up on the screen. So you know that must be my sign. Out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall every word be established. I must need to get him and bring him over here so y'all can see him. But at the end of the day, Bronx Harlem girl, I'm gonna be myself. How about that? Disco Darren is in the house. Disco Darren 1966 is a streamer, y'all. If you're not following Disco Darren 1966, quit your wicked ways. Quit your wicked ways. Just quit them, because he's going to bless you. First of all, STL ain't lost nothing on that so I understand. It's a no for you too. But the mystery of it and the beauty of it. I mean, if you think about all the barnacles that have grown on that, all of the other sea life and sea creatures that are there, I can only imagine how beautiful that is. And that's the thing for me that gets me, Disco Darren, to be able to see the natural beauty and however it's developed, and then even the stillness. And I think there's a certain level of sacredness with it too, when you actually have the reality of everything that happened. I mean, the lives that were lost, the loss that was the loss of what they thought was the unsinkable ship. Something in that gives me a sense of, I'd love to see that. I would love to see that and experience that. I just feel like there's something about that. I would love it. I would love it. So I'm just different in that regard. I'd go to the highest pinnacle of a mountain. I'd go to the frozen places of Antarctica and the glaciers. I'd go deep into the jungles of no man's land. That's my kind of stuff. I love it. I love it. So you ain't never going on a submarine. Ever, ever. I see you, KB Browns. I hear you talking to me. But at the end of the day, Shelly Thunder, I see you talking about, you said this was the highway to hell in the pre-show. Y'all just talking about me to my face. Have y'all seen folk just bold and brazen enough to just talk about you to your face? And don't mince words. Just put it all out there, bold and in living color. Just talking about me. Just talking about me. I'm telling you what. Listen, I'm watching you people. I need to get in the gym. Honey, don't get me started talking about these arms that need to get cut. You don't. Demon Fox said, I don't want to see dead people. I'm not trying to see the dead people, Demon Fox. I'm saying the nostalgia and everything that goes along with understanding that these people were partying hardy because they thought and felt and believed they were on the unsinkable ship. And then the fact of the realities that, hey, this massive loss of life, they didn't even have enough. There wasn't near about enough lifeboats, life jackets. That's how sure they were that they were not going to sink. They didn't even have enough boats, life jackets, or anything to get all those people off that boat. Now listen, now at the end of the day, y'all, that's just dastardly. That's just dastardly. Cause you know you got 12,000 folk on the boat, and I'm definitely exaggerating. You got 12,000 folk on the boat and 20 lifeboats or 20 life jackets. Now that's just dastardly. That was just dastardly. That's beyond having this sense of feeling. And if nothing else stirs the soul, and Demon Fox, not that I want to see dead people, but maybe that idea of foolhardiness. Do they even use that word anymore? Foolhardiness, that you're so sure that this ship is unsinkable that you don't even give it enough life jackets and enough lifeboats. And at $250,000 a pop, Disco Darren, at $250,000 a pop, yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I would find something else to spend $250,000 on. Now, I'm with you on that, but I'm saying if it was just a matter, Disco, of an opportunity to go down there and see it, man, I'd do the same thing at Pearl Harbor. And it's almost like, why do people go to Pearl Harbor? We go to Pearl Harbor and commemorate and remember and so on and so forth. It's just that when you start talking about the Titanic and how far down it is, y'all like, no ma'am, no sir, you ain't gonna get me down there like that. I would sign up for a Mars mission. I would. I would, not the one-way trip. Stirs, not the one-way trip, but if there was some way that I could, like, what was was it the Challenger that unfortunately exploded? But was that the one that had a civilian on it or a teacher? I can't remember. I think it was a teacher, a civilian that was a teacher on that ship. If I had that opportunity, I would be one of those that I probably would, if for no other reason. Because listen, I know where I'm going when I leave from here, and I ain't going nowhere till my time is up. So that's the way I feel about it, and that's the way I approach life. I ain't going nowhere until my assignment is up. And my time is over. So I'm not worried about, people get really, really fearful about life and death. That used to be me, but I don't know, something in me clicked, and I won't go through the scenario of what caused that click. But when you have had death experiences right there in your presence, I don't know, it does something to change you. It really, really does. So yeah, I would get on it. I get on a cruise ship, somebody too. I got one of my best friends. She swims like a fish. She will not get on a cruise ship. She said it's way too much water. It's too much danger. She ain't gonna do it. They said the captain made the statement that even God couldn't sink that ship, Michelle Brownell, absolutely, on the Titanic. So, the foolhardiness of people to think 2 miles deep, to look out the window to see the ship that sank. KB Browns, I would. Just like I'd go 2 miles high. I'd go 2 miles in breadth. I'd go 2 miles, whatever, to see something that's phenomenal. I would, but that's just me. I like the sensory. It's exciting to the sensory. My eyes to behold it. And I'm that one. I want to get all of my 5 senses working. Taste it, smell it, touch it, whatever. As much sensory interaction as I can have. I love that. I love that more than some of the other stuff that y'all do and say it was fun. That's a fatal baptism. Cassandra said no thanks. Well, a lot of people feel invincible. And so I hear you, Disco Darren. A lot when you're in your youthfulness, especially, because listen, I don't have to necessarily go to just white Americans. I can go to Black America and go to a lot of our youngsters that are living life on the edge, and they have no fear. They have no fear because they think they're invincible. So at the end of the day, come on, you guess God showed them and him, absolutely. Stirs the Soul said, I'd miss you, spiritual thought leader. Y'all silly. Listen, the Titanic is like 7 miles down in the Atlantic Ocean, and I want to see it. I'm gonna tell you this about the ocean. if you think about it, everything came out of the water because water was here before anything else that existed. And so if you can track with the way my mind works, Barbara Hardy, my These Are They friend, is in the room. Come on in here, sis. Mad love to you and nothing but mad love. Barbara Hardy, we're going to be up there and we're going to celebrate. These are they. I'm going to run a promo for you here in not many days hence when we get closer to the event. But you all don't want to miss These Are They. You absolutely, this is the baddest singingest group to walk the face of this earth. I'm telling you, these babies are bad. 52 years long they've been serving and singing, and they can still sing. You understand what I'm saying? They can still sing. Yours truly will be an MC along with my mentor and my hero, Linda Cofield. We will be emceeing that event that night. I want to see everybody's face in the place. And Barbara, you know, nothing but mad love to you. I love me some you. Now, you ain't trying to leave too soon. KB Browns, and I'm a firm believer, I'm not going to leave here until it's time for me to leave. I personally believe that. I'm not going to leave here until it's time for me to leave. And when it's time for me to leave, y'all can pray till you turn blue in the face. I'm out of here. If it's my time to go, it's just my time to go. Pride comes before a fall or unforeseen glacier. I'm watching you people. I don't think you're far from the truth there. Absolutely, that unforeseen glacier took them right on out. Coming on down, the adventures of STL. I'm trying to tell you, Bronx Harlem girl, that's me all day long, because I will take a good adventure. Please believe me. I will take a good adventure. I love it. I'm sorry, but 13,000 feet below sea level. Disco Darren, I still say that's where life if y'all think about that, life sprung out of the water. We all came out of the water. I would love to see what's down there. And in the Institute for Higher Consciousness, right now we're studying a book called The Hidden Messages in Water. And if you think about what all that water has seen, what all that water has heard, what all that water has experienced from the beginning of time, oh man, to me, that's an exploration like none other. So, you know, however y'all want to look at that, and call me I'm crazy or whatever, but honey, that's titillating to my what I want to say, all of my senses. It's titillating to my senses. My sensory perception is like, give it to me. As Fairly All Day said earlier about me coming out some clothes, give us free. That's the way I feel about it. And I'd be down there in that water. Michelle Brown would go. Come on, Michelle, let's go. Cause I'm telling you, that's how we learn, y'all. That's how we learn. That's for Michelle. On water, land, or air, I'll do it all. And it doesn't matter if it's your time, wherever you are, you getting up out of here. That's the way I feel about it, Michelle. So let's go. Saturday, July the 22nd. These Are They. Thank you for that, Cassandra, who is also a former member of These Are They. So much mad love. You ain't leaving till it's your time, somebody. And I believe that. Now, folks don't believe that, but I do. Even if you're talking, well, what about suicide? Do you know how many people have attempted suicide and they're still here? You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. They have attempted and done everything perfectly right to kill themselves, and they're still here. Please believe it. So that's the way I feel about that. Now, I want to go here. I think it would be sober and sombering down. I think it would be very sombering. But I don't know about that, because to me, there's something exciting in that Psychor fit. There's the excitement in being that far down in the deep, being that far down into the deep, and having that opportunity to exchange and interchange with something that, you know, oh my God, I'd be in hog heaven. I'm just different. I'd be in hog heaven. If your bath tube could talk. baby Browns. That's why they make documentaries. But don't you want to see it for yourself? People talk about heaven, but don't you want to see it for yourself? I'm just saying. I don't care how much they talk about it. Good to have you back, Stacy. I don't care how much they talk about it, sing about it, write about it. I want to see it for myself. That's the way I roll. So I'm just a little bit different. But we're praying. At the end of the day, let me put up the prayer hands, and y'all put the prayer hands in the chat, because right now there's some people that are really on edge and traumatized about whether or not those babies are rolling in the deep, baby, rolling in the deep. Sing it to me, baby, sing it. So you've been in a small sub and it's exciting. Come on, somebody, too. I love it. Ooh, hooty hoo, I've always said I'm a Trekkie because I boldly go where no man has gone before. That would be me. And at the end of the day, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love those that are on the edge of explorations, because that's really what paves the way for those that come behind. And that's the whole element when I say I'm apostolic. I'm apostolic in every way, not just spiritually, but I'm apostolic in the natural and every. Baby, I'm going to boldly go where nobody else has gone, and I'm going to do things that nobody else has done. And I'm going to do that thing because that's just the way I'm wired, and that's the way I'm built, and I love it. People can go to space and won't get in the water. I'm just trying to tell you, Shelly. I'm just trying to tell you. And somebody said it earlier. Who was that? You were in water. You were in the Navy for 9 years and you still won't get in the water. K2 who? Say what now? You were in the Navy for 9 years and won't get in the water. Girl, please, you better come on here and get a life. Somebody too said you were in water for 9 months because childbirth involves the water. Y'all lived in water to get here. So, I'm just saying. I was just saying my dad and brothers were Navy. Okay, I got you. The stories I've heard. Okay, this is fairly all day. Okay, I've heard about how they questioned their entire life down there. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll get in. I will. Ain't no shame. We're praying for them, however, and at the end of the day, only God knows what's going to happen, whether or not they'll make it back, whether or not they'll be found, but they still down there. I'm going to come here because my time is passing. It's far spent. And I want to kind of touch on something. And this is going to be, I'm going to come on out. This is going to be my conversation for the day. I want us to talk about this.
For you is the devil's in the phone booth dialing 911. Come on, ladies, and bless these people.
Well, the devil's in the phone booth, dialing 911. Well, the church is on their knees and they're loading up the spiritual gun.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, the devil thought he had us, but the tables are turned, and now he's on the run. The devil's in the phone booth.
He just fit, Shelly. He just fit.
My whole life has changed since the Lord saved me. I proclaim the mighty name of Jesus Christ to everyone that I see. You know,
see, lady, see, it was perfect. It was an accident, but it was perfect.
The devil's in the phone booth, dialing 911.
Isn't that beautiful? It was just perfect. So I just let that beautiful bean footage roll. I just let it roll. I want to say good morning to you, My Lock Journey. She is a streamer, y'all. And if you're not following, and she done jump down, and baby, look back at it, My Lock Journey. Look back at it. Oh, y'all silly. Listen, at the end of the day, Z Lady C, I want y'all to understand My Lock, I call her the Lock Whisperer, is a streamer. And if you're not following her, quit chewing your ways. Yes, fairly all day. I forgot to take it out of queue. And so it just popped right on back in there. Let me shut that joker off because I don't want to hear about the devil no more today. Y'all silly. Listen, I love y'all. I absolutely do. This has been a great day, even though y'all like, listen, she done lost her whole mind today. Now, it's the heat. I think my brain just might be fried. It's between 110 and 120 degree heat index down here, and we are under a heat advisory even as we speak. Is Retta in here? It's more better with Retta. It's more better with Retta. You better come on in here. Mad mad love to you. Come through, and we appreciate you for being in the Lion's Den. Retta is a streamer, y'all, and if you're not following Mo Better with Retta Divine, quit your ways. Just quit them. Because listen, she's going to bless your whole life. Good morning to you. Thank you for coming in the Lion's Den. Now, my brain is just fricasseed, stirs the soul. Just fricasseed. It's cooked. It's just cooked. Now, listen, this is what I want to talk about today. And I believe, was it Bronx Harlem Girl? No, My Lock Journey. My Lock Journey gave me this. This part right here, because you know we're talking about We Free Us, and we want to continue to go down the path of understanding. We're pushing for Built Black for Black, Built Black for Black, and pushing our economy and our economic status to a whole nother level. We've talked about what it will take for us to be free, what it will take for us to move into, you would love that temperature. The heat doesn't bother you. The heat doesn't bother me either. But listen, Disco Darren, it's hot. It's Hades degrees down here. It's the devil's spit. It is the devil's spit hot down here. Please believe it. Now, we're continuing to push this agenda and this idea that we've got to build an economic base. Now, My Lock Journey, was it? Yes, I keep having to look back. My Lock Journey put something in that I want to share with the stream today. And I always talk about how the Black community has been targeted as consumers. The Black community has been targeted as buyers. And the dollars will not stay in the Black community. Out of all ethnic groups, the Black community has the shortest lifespan of the dollar that stays in the Black community. So this is something that I want you all to understand. There are people that have been trained and taught to actually study the psychology of consumerism. And when you understand, and I want to play this, and it's a few minutes long, but when you understand that there was concerted energy devoted to studying Black people and Black people's purchasing habits so that money could be made, and that's continuing to be done. Don't fool yourself. There's a psychology that goes along with marketing. And understand that Black people have been studied to the nth degree to understand psychologically our purchasing mindsets. I want us to think about this as we watch it, because I want us to understand if we're falling prey to this marketing ploy and this marketing strategy that has been, and let's see, this one I want to say goes back to 1954, 1954, and this is a clip on how to sell to the Negro, y'all, and it's still working. That's the thing that disturbs my peace, is that it's still working. And please believe me when I said they've taken it to the next level, because at this point, at this juncture of the road, they're still studying our habits. They're still studying and looking at what we do and how we do it. Please believe me when I say that, to the extent that, you know, we really need to stop playing in to some of this madness, and begin to do something different, because they've already sat and studied. They have sat and studied. And this part right here, I appreciate you for My Lock Journey for sharing this with us. And this right here, King Coogee, that's my sire. King Coogee is a streamer, y'all. That's my brother and my friend. If you're not following King Coogee, who is a gamer, quit your ways. Just quit them. Because listen, he's going to bless your whole life. That's my sire. I love me some you. And as we always say, we continue to use his acronym that we got from his stream, LYFE, life. Love yourself first every day. I love you, brother. Come on in here. Now, I want y'all to pay attention because so many of these dynamics are still true of the black community, and they peeped it out. And this is a clip from 1954. I need y'all to pay attention. Here we go.
Without Negro support. A product must have the backing of this big new buying power to be a leader in the field. What do you have to sell? Chewing gum or cars? Toothpaste or transportation? Whatever it is, here are millions of prospects. And these prospects are everywhere. Negro customers can no longer be pigeonholed. They cannot be classified as prospects who trade only in certain stores, certain neighborhoods. Today, Negroes shop downtown. They shop in supermarts. They shop in small neighborhood stores. They'll buy from anyone who wants to sell to them. But we all know that before you can sell to customers, you've got to get to know them. You must understand something about them. What do the Negro customers buy? Why do they buy? How do you sell to them? Let's find out. Let's hear the opinion of men who have spent a lifetime studying the buying habits of customers the world over. Here is what sales psychologists have to say about selling to the Negro.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. Now, there's nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated. This need is a very real and important one. It shows up even in many of the Negro's shopping habits. Anyone who sells or wants to sell to the Negro customer should know about some of these habits. 3 habits in particular play a big part in every sales transaction. To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off-brands. Do you wonder why? Well, listen to what this customer is thinking.
That last hat I bought just didn't hold up at all.
You see, for a long time, the Negro has been sold a lot of shoddy, second-class merchandise. So now he asks for name brands in order to make sure he gets his money's worth. Buying by brand, that's the first important Negro buying habit. Now for the second. The Negro buys good quality merchandise. Symbols of quality and prestige are very important to the Negro customer. This woman, for example, is buying fine crystalware, but she is also buying the admiration and approval of her friends and relatives. Listen to her thoughts.
My, isn't it beautiful? I can hardly wait to show it to Sally and Joan.
It's a well-known fact that many Negro customers are influenced by the opinions of others. What their friends may think of a certain item often decides whether or not the sale is made. So remember, the Negro buys quality merchandise. That's the second important point. And here's the third thing to remember when selling to a Negro customer. When he specifically asks for one thing, don't try to sell him something else. Don't try to switch him at the point of sale. If you do, he'll probably react something like this.
Doesn't he think I've got the money to pay for it?
There's a reason for this reaction. Again, because he's had experience with cheap merchandise, the Negro resents being offered a substitute. He wants to be sold on quality, not price. The Negro buys by brand, he buys quality, and he doesn't like to be switched at point of sale. These are the keys to selling the Negro customer. Another point. The Negro family does things together, as a group. The family works as a unit. It lives as a unit, and it buys as a unit. When you sell to one member, you many times sell to all. It's also true that many places of entertainment are still closed to the Negro. So he spends more of his money for the things that are available to him, often for items that are considered luxuries. Another trait of the Negro market is the fact that it is a pre-sold market. We know that the Negro buys by brand, and he buys the brands that he knows something about. Where does the Negro buyer get this information? We know that Negro customers are turning more and more to the publications that are tailored specifically to their needs.
A product cannot be number one without Negro support. A product must have the backing of this big view buying power to be a leader in the field.
Now, I'm not going to run that again, but I do want to have a conversation, because at the end of the day, what we see here and what we've witnessed in this psychology of now, note what the man said at the onset, and that is one reason why I let it roll back around. If you want your product to be successful and be number one, you must have the buying power of the Negro. They absolutely understood that to get the profits and to get the wealth that they wanted, they had to get the buying power of the, as they called it, Negro. Now, I'm going to come back and I'm going to read you all's comments because I was observing them as that beautiful bean footage was rolling. And I knew it was going to run a wide gamut of a wide range of emotions there that I was anticipating. But at the end of the day, I just want us to understand the dynamic of the psychology of consumerism and marketing and how black people have fallen perfectly into that. Z Lady C, you got to be kidding me. I see you. Stirs the Soul. This was my favorite, one of my favorites for sure. Why does he sound like he's narrating the wild world of Negroes? Exactly. It sounds just like Wild Kingdom, did it not? That made it more infuriating. K2 Hoop, they talking like we're aliens. And to many, that's exactly what we were. Animals, alien, whatever you want to put. There was that inability, Stacy 546. I don't like the way he's saying Negro with that Harvard tone of voice. Oh, Disco Darren, please, please, please believe. He was doing us a favor the way he was saying Negro. And listen, for those that go off the deep end over Negro, I don't even start Nigra. Because baby, we have all of the above. So he was being very kind and polite in 1954, Disco Darren. Remember the time. We're not talking about 2023, but in 1954, he was doing a service by saying Negro the way that he was saying it. So at the end of the day, y'all, this man is irritating you. I got you, Disco Darren, because I mean, it really, it gets under your skin. But even more so, and for that reason, I think I'll play it again, because I don't want you to listen. Well, maybe I won't. Let's just go ahead and talk, because I'm my time window here. I want us to get into the conversation that I feel like we need to have. More than this man's voice irritating us, I want us to understand what should irritate us is the truth of what this man is saying. I said what I said, and I'll add to it before I take it back. What should really irritate us is the truth of what this man is saying. And we as a black community need to stop and step back and say, as early as 1954. Now, you heard what he said. He said, and now they're shopping downtown. I don't know if y'all caught that when he said that. And now they're shopping downtown. But remember, as crude and rude as that sounded, the reality of it was that's what integration brought to him. And ultimately what the white proprietor said was that for us to be really hugely successful in whatever we're selling, he said from a package of gum to whatever, to be hugely successful, we've got to tap this market. So they sat down, and as he said, for people that have studied this psychology for years upon years upon years, they then directed that in the space of consumerism and marked and targeted black folk, and we walked right into it and continue to live there. That's what I want us to pay attention to. So as much as we may be agitated and irritated with the terminology and the sounds of the voice, I want us to understand the power of the words that the man is saying, because a lot of what the man said is still working. And what exactly did they tell these people in the film that they were making the movie about? Stacy 546, exactly what they told the people: we gonna pay you. Need I say more? And I don't know how to make that as plain can be. It was money. They were getting paid. And might have been getting paid more money than they'd ever made. And so at the end of the day, what did they tell them people? We will pay you. Count me in. Because if I don't film it, somebody else will, and somebody else is going to get that money. So I think that's all it took for them to tell. If you, again, you talking about 1954, when black people were struggling and barely made an income and had no means and everything else, and you tell them, we'll pay you to help us make. Now, I'm sure they were not paid. You know, we talk about unions and getting paid at scale and all that. I'm sure they didn't get paid what their white counterparts were making, but they got paid probably more than black folks had seen money in many days. That's what they got told, and I'm sure that's what they told them, and I'm sure they showed up on time and ready to collect that check. Now, I'm watching you people. Sadly, as degrading as all of this sounds, the psychology is sound in so many ways. They just saw an opportunity to, they exploited it. I'm watching you people. They exploited it and they ran with it. Let's hear it for capitalism. Huzzah. So at the end of the day, this is what I want us to understand and recognize. We're still there. That part. That's my issue that I'm making today. I don't care about them saying Negro and how they said it. And it is infuriating. It's absolutely positively infuriating. But understand, when they still market to us in the same way, it should be just as infuriating. They just understood that now it's not politically correct to say certain words, certain triggers, certain hot spots. They're not going to do that. But yet and still, the psychology has not changed. And we as black community consumers are still falling into this same trap. So please pay attention. The psychology is solid. So we don't buy what we want with what we have. Well, I'm going to tell you what, King Coogee, the thing that I question is, why do we want the things that we want? Why do people that cannot afford it go out and buy? I'm gonna just go back into my day. Why do a little bit after my day? Why do we buy Jordans that we can't afford? Why do our babies come out in Jordans that you cannot afford? That child is only going to wear one time and then they will have outgrown it. Why do we feel that we have to go and it has to be Jordan? Why it can't be a knockoff? It can't be some off brand. It has to be my baby has Jordans. And they can't even walk in a My Lock Journey, and you'll spend buku money for baby shoes that cost more than adult shoes, and then you sit up and can't eat. You sit up and can't pay the rent. You understand what I'm saying? But you'll go out here fronting, styling, and profiling, and it has to be Jordans. Honey, these ain't no knockoffs. This the real thing. So, this whole issue, as he said, the recognition and how it makes us feel in front of our peers. We've got to stop and look at that. Matter of fact, Grandpa Holmes, who was my great grandfather, Grandpa Holmes told a story from Kansas to Missouri. There's a bridge that's called the Viaduct. He went down because the real stores were really in Kansas City, Missouri. So he went to a clothier in Kansas City, Missouri, and they sold him a cheap suit. And he said while he put the suit on, he didn't buy the suit and I'm going to take it home because he walked across the viaduct. He put the suit on because he's ready to style and profile. And my great-grandfather had some money. His house, my great-grandfather's house, where my grandmother and them lived, that house was fabulous. It would be considered a mini mansion even by today's standards. The wallpaper on the wall had interwoven metallic gold looking fiber. I mean, the house was gorgeous. You had a landing, you had the staircase, the whole nine. Now he's out here and he's walking from Missouri back across the viaduct. And he said it started to rain. And when it started to rain, he said by the time he got home, that cheap suit, now that's what he said, and it was, that cheap suit had drawn up around his ankles so that, child, you know, he would have been in fashion in today's time with these too small suits that our black men are wearing now. I wish they would hurry up and get tired of the Pee Wee Herman look. But all y'all brothers, I love you, but I'm so tired of the Pee Wee Herman look, I don't know what to say. And them shoes that look like boats, I just can't take it. But by the time he got home, that suit had drawn all up around his ankles and everything had shrunk, and all he got out of it was that one wear, because by the time he got back home, that suit was no good. And he said he promised himself he'd never buy another quote unquote cheap suit again. So this is where we start getting into the whole element and energy. I'm going to have quality. And again, let's go back to the psychology. What's the psychology of it? We got to deal with the psychology of it. We were slaves. We got the throwaway, whether it was food, whether it was meat, whatever we got, the housing. Listen, as my great aunt used to say, they swept their dirt and it was clean dirt. Talking about the floor of the house. They swept their dirt and it was clean dirt. So there was pride for sure. But then once we're able to actually start having things like quote unquote other folks have, then how we got hung up. I have some friends right now today, whether it's groceries, whether it's clothing articles, shoes, whether it's hair, whether it's cologne, everything that you see is going to be label, name brand stuff. Everything. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. It's going to be label, name brand stuff. Whether they can afford it or not, it's going to be label, name brand stuff. Now, they're not alone in that. So the other man's ice is colder. Let me come back here because y'all talking over here. This mindset and psychology that they studied and launched in the black community, because what did he say at the very onset of that conversation? We cannot, if you want your goods to be successful, you have got to garner, you've got to capture this Negro market. If you really want to be wealthy, if you really want to make it big, you've got to garner and capture this Negro market, because that's what's gonna make us rich. And have we not done that, people? That's exactly what we have done, and that's exactly what we continue to do, is to make everybody else rich with our consumerism. Come on here, Fairly. Was it Fairly all day? As insulting as it is, there is an element of truth in what he said. And I agree with the element, because some of it they have actually missed the boat. As King Coogee said, we buy what we want, and it's not a matter of just saying, but understand the psychology of what makes us want what we want. That's where I want us to go back and assess what makes us want what we want. Why do I want that? And why does it have to be that? Why does it have to be that particular thing? And at the end of the day, so much of the psychology that is expressed in this video still has us trapped. I love The Matrix, the line in it where it says, the Matrix has you. I would say to us, the Matrix has us still. where consumerism is concerned. And be insulted, yes it is. We're being led by our vanity, stirs the soul. It's the vanity. And that whole keeping up with the Joneses thing, why would I spend money that I don't have because I don't want to be uncomfortable when I come in a particular group or circle and I'm not wearing what they're wearing? I don't have what they have. Some of y'all know y'all follow the latest trends just because you don't want to be the odd person out. I don't care nothing about being the odd person out, baby. I wear what I want to wear when I want to wear it. You understand what I'm saying? It can have come from 30 years ago. If I feel good in it and I want to sport that, I will sport it. I don't care about what everybody else is wearing and what the trends are. And at the end of the day, depending on what the situation is, I may buy a trendy piece here and a trendy piece there or whatever based on the situation, because there are times when you need to look like you're in 2023, not 1945. But I can rock some stuff from 1945 and still look good and make it fantabulous and make people say, where did you get that from? Because at the end of the day, my goal is not to fit in with everybody else, and it does not have to be what everybody else is wearing. So, you know, vanity, as you said, stirs the soul. Many of us are being led by our vanity. Now, I need some of us need to come on. The comparison of then and now, DJ Rollum. Good morning to you, DJ Rollum 27. Mad love to you. Come on in here. You hate the N-word no matter how it's used, and you're sick of hearing how loosely we call ourselves that. And I hear you, Demon Fox. Now, you know, I'm going to say this, and everybody can't get with me here. Whether it's the N-word or the ability of us to call ourselves derogatory names and use those names friendly with one another, I'm not for it. You know, because I'm like, you call me by my name, you know, call me by my nickname. What you're not going to do is call me out of my name and think it's okay. And that includes gal. Anybody that knows me, if you didn't know it before, please know it now. Do not call me your gal. I'm not a gal. Don't come to here and say this gal was shot. Don't listen. So, you know, I'm not just talking about cuss words. I'm not just talking about the N word. Any word that has that racial energy or negative energy attached to it, don't call me that word. I ain't your gal. So at the end of the day, I'm with all the words, and y'all, we loosely use those words and call ourselves that stuff. You can do it if you want to. I listen to friends that do it all the time. That's not me. So, you know, miss me with that. And at the end of the day, the meaning of that word, and if you feel comfortable relegating yourself to that energy, knock yourself out. But I'm better than that. How about that? To be very honest, the word doesn't bother me. I'm above it now. It's just how freely the word's being thrown around now. I'm always above it, Disco Darren. I'm confused how we've gotten confused, and we are very free to call ourselves all kinds of negative names and feel like there's nothing wrong with it. Do what you do. Do what you do. Just don't call me that. Y'all play with each other and call yourselves everything you want to under the sun. Just make sure you don't call me that, or you gonna get some energy back. So at the end of the day, they did then and they do it now. They've studied our habits, and that's what they continuously do fairly all day. There's a whole segment of psychology that's all they do to make sure and study the habits and the consumerism patterns of black people. And I'm going to say black people. I ain't talking about everybody. Black people. How is it we create the style and then we have to run behind the other man to secure and procure it? Houseway. Come on with that, stirs the soul. Y'all better talk. I don't shop name brand, but I do shop quality. I hear you somebody. And sometimes that quality is definitely not in the name brand. Because listen, I've had some name brands. It was just as raggedy could be. And you done paid all kind of money for some less than inferior quality product, but it had the name on the label. And y'all miss me with that. So come on, I'm coming on. Let's see, I'm looking and I'm booking. I see the amens. They've not tried to hide their methodology one bit. Fairly all day, they're not hiding it, they're making it plain, and it's insulting. But this is the thing, Z Lady C, and you agree that it's true. The insult should be that we fall for it. That's what we should be insulted by. We should be insulted by the fact that we fall for it time and time again. Explain that to me. That mindset, fairly all day, that mindset in some of us is still trapped in, and it's another form of economic slavery. I'm going to say it again. It's another form of economic slavery. They own your minds. They own the way you purchase. They own the way you buy. So right now in 2023, Disco Darren, we're still there. And that's a problem, DJ Rollum. That's a problem. We talking up in here, My Lock Journey. We ain't falling for the same trap. That's what we say, but then we turn around and do it again. We say we're not going to fall for that same trap, but then we find ourselves still caught in that same consumerism. And at the end of the day, I'm saying if you're going to do it, at least do it in the black community. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're just going to put those dollars out there and you're just going to insist on walking in that mindset, create it in the black community and at least circulate those dollars in the black community. Please make that make sense. Why are we making everybody else rich? Come on. K2 Hoop said my kids had Tyrones. No Jordans over here. We got Tyrones. Everybody trying to keep up with the Joneses. And at the end of the day, there are a lot of people that will say, well, that ain't me. It really is. If you stop and step back and do some introspection, why are you doing some of the things that you're doing speaks to that, as someone said earlier, that ego, that vanity, that, you know, I don't want to be the only one that doesn't da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And listen, and I don't put myself in that trick bag because I'll tell people, listen, I don't have the money for that. Besides the fact that many things I don't even like. If you remember the first Dodge Chrysler commercial with the new Challenger and Charger, it was young black youths who were featured in those commercials, and then Disco Darren who went out and bought them, whether they could afford them or not. Whether they could afford that Charger or whether they could afford that Challenger or not, they put those young black kids in there, and young black kids went out there and bought them, whether they could afford them or not. And then you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay the rent. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? It's a system and a cycle, and we keep feeding into it. Bronx Harlem Girl, I'll tell people in a heartbeat, I can't afford it. Listen, they'll even put that on your own church, honey. The church will get in your wallet and in your pocketbook quicker than anybody. And I'll tell people that I don't have money for that. Ain't no shame in my game. Now, and many times, listen, I had to learn, taking it a step farther, people are killed for wearing name brand items, and folks will come up and maybe cut your arm off. Did anybody watch Power Book 2? Honey, that woman said that, what was it, a ring? I think it was a ring. That ring is mine. Chop, chop. And boom, boom. Killed them and chopped them. How about that? Now, folks will go crazy over materialistic things that at the end of the day is just materialism because you can't take it with you. You're glad that your kids never fell into the brand name trap. They buy things and people be thinking money and they got it for the low. Oh, K2 Hoop, you ain't said nothing but a word because I'm the queen of secondhand. I took that whole finger off, Shelly. They did do it. Took the whole finger off. That's my ring. Chop, chop, bam, bam. So at the end of the day, and this is the funniest thing, and I can go in and I agree with quality. But I also have some fun stuff. Y'all listen to me. I got some fun stuff that I know I'm only going to wear it 1 or 2 times and it's going to the trash or going to the Goodwill. You understand what I'm saying? I only paid $2.99 for it. I know this is fun. It's gonna look good for the one time that I wear it. Then it's going to the trash. It's only $2.99. And the funny thing about that, people be like, "Oh, that is so cute. That's this, that, and the other." And I know I'm only gonna get one wear out of it because it was cheap when I bought it. But even though it may not be quote unquote quality, it's going to serve my purpose for the means for which I want it. And I don't need to spend a lot of money on that. Sometimes you need to figure out your plan and what does it call for? Does it call for a paper plate? Does it call for China? And you need to figure out, ain't no need in paying China prices when all you need was a paper plate. Did I say so? Ooh. I like my own words right there. There's no need in paying for China when all you need is a paper plate. I said what I said, and I'm talking really more so in the area of pricing. There's no need in paying China prices when all I need is a paper plate. So this is where I want us to stop and step back and say, does it always have to be this level of quality? Quality needs to match the purpose for which you're going to utilize it. If I'm getting ready to go out here and cut the grass and trim the trees and the shrubs and weed eat, I don't need. Y'all ain't buying what I'm saying. So this is where I say, you know, we run around talking about quality, but then sometimes I'm going to say, eat on a paper plate, Bronx Harlem girl. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? If this occasion calls for a paper plate, you're out of place showing up with China. Ooh, but honey, only the finest for me. I like quality. Well, you know what? If it's a picnic and everybody's outside eating at the barbecue and you just got to have some China, I got a feeling you might make it to that barbecue, but you ain't gonna be invited back. You are not gonna be invited back because you don't understand the difference between China at a barbecue and a paper plate. Am I talking to anybody? So these dynamics, and I'm going to come back and we're going to share a little bit more on this same concept because black folks, we've got to stop. We've got to stop making this a reality. We've got to stop making it a truth. I'm still reading through the stuff that you got. Shoes that look like boats, K2 Hoops. I said what I said. The stuff that we wear and the stuff that we really think we styling and profiling, I'm like, okay, and to each his own, the other man's ice is colder. Come on here, Sturge the Soul, you better talk. The brothers wearing the gym suits with that's the style right now. That's the style right now, Disco. And they, listen, now this is the kicker to it, Disco. Those tennis shoes, those gym shoes might have cost more than that whole entire suit, if you understand the words coming out of my mouth. Those gym shoes just might have cost more than the whole entire suit, the shirt, the tie, the cufflinks. Do they even wear cufflinks anymore? Lord Jesus. You know, I'm telling you, ain't no telling what they paid for those gym shoes. And that's what we do. Why are we doing that? Because that's the trend and that's where the money's going right now. And this is all I'm challenging us to say. Do we always have to follow the trend? Do we always have to follow what everybody else is spending? Do we always have to? Because listen, I want you all to get to a point where you decide the things that really matter to you in life and spend your resources on that. Spend your time, spend your energy on that. But if something that's going to, listen, take you to the grave trying to keep it, take you to the grave trying to keep it and have it, take you to the grave because somebody else wanted it and they killed you for it. No, ma'am, no, sir. So at the end of the day, that's where we're starting today because we paper plate with your plastic fork. Come on here, Fairly. That's what I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, I want us to start looking at why these realities are true. Why are they still true in 2023? Because we have not moved the needle hardly one iota. All of this psychological mumbo jumbo that they have worked their magic on us in consumerism, it's still working. We need to step back and look at that. Why is it still working? Why? It's an insult to us, but we ought to be insulted with ourselves because why are we still falling for it? Why are we still falling for it? Explain it to me, Lucy. Why are we still falling for it? That's my $64,000 question. So I get you don't get the concept of gym shoes with the suit. You guess you old school. Now we're gonna get out of here because it's time to go. But name brand shoes, name brand shoes, put them in there. Name brand shoes, put them in there. If you know what the names, listen, back in my father's day, I'm gonna date it. Back in my father's day, Stacy Adams, y'all know, name brand shoe. You had your name brand suit. You had your name brand designers. Y'all go ahead and put your stuff in there because y'all know you were buying it. You had your name brand cologne. Y'all quit lying. Don't be ashamed. Don't be scared. Put your name brand stuff in there because you're going to immediately know, depending on the time in which you lived, you immediately know because, come on, Jupe, because you knew what the name brand stuff was. Every child, whether they were rich or poor, they knew what the stuff was that was in the moment at the time because, baby, you knew your classmates, your family members, your cousins, your somebody was wearing that stuff. And y'all have to tell the truth and shame the devil. Sometimes you were uncomfortable. Listen, White Diamonds perfume. At the end of the day, DJ Drew Williams, come on in here. So much mad love to you and welcome to the Lion's Den. Y'all ain't saying nothing, but y'all know. Y'all know. Listen, Florshams, Stacy Adams, Cool Water, Jupe, y'all better come on. Nikes, come on up in here. You a big Nike fan. Come on here. Charlie, y'all know what y'all was wearing. Quit playing. Listen, what was the one? Oh shoot, it came to my mind for the ladies in the cologne and it left me just that fast. But y'all know we was a lottos. We was out here buying stuff and trying to get stuff and wanted to have stuff. Name brand, it will get you in a heartbeat. Come on, Gloria Vanderbilt. You understand what I'm saying? And it wasn't even American, but we bought it anyway. White listen, y'all must, White Diamonds is in the house. Y'all know we were at Chantilly. Y'all don't play. Back in the day, listen, this stuff was just all kinds of Alexander Julian. Y'all ain't buying what I'm selling. Listen, at the end of the day, we was out here. We got happy to move away from toilet water. Y'all remember when we was wearing toilet water, Polo cologne? We were wearing toilet water. Ain't that what we called it? I need me some toilet water. But we done graduated. We done graduated because ever since 1954 and beyond, they've been marketing us and branding us. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Anointed to create. Come on in here and so much mad love to you. You said folks are still going crazy over Polo. At the end of the day, all I want you to be aware of is you're falling into a trap. So, pay attention. Pay attention, pay attention. So that's the way we're going to deal with it. Because listen, we're talking about built black for black. Because it's we that free us. So I'm saying I want to see how much of the stuff that we were buying. Chanel number 5. Listen, I had all things Chanel at one time. I really did. But it was all given to me. I didn't buy not near a piece of it. Chanel number 5. I see y'all know. You know what we did. You know, young black folk, when we made Nike rich, KB Browns, we made Nike filthy rich. You had to have the starter pullover. Come on here, My Lock Journey. All of this shaped our community, but Yves Saint Laurent, baby, we paid for everybody, and none of those names looked like us. None of those names had skin that had melanin in it. None of those names, we made them and continue to make them filthy rich. Now, let me ask this question. What is a designer black label? Somebody put me something in there. What is a designer black label? Gloria Vanderbilt, child. Absolutely. Prada. Listen, I got so sick of Prada. What is a design Coach? What's a designer black product? Telfar. Fubu. Fubu sold out. Fubu. Fubu. That's all we can say. Fubu. You had like 4 starter jackets back in the day. Bronx Harlem girl. Bowling. Okay, now these I'm gonna do some research on these. Sean John. Rockaware. Now, do y'all realize that a lot of these names, with the exception of probably FUBU, all goes back to our culture? Baby Fat. A lot of this is going back to our culture from rap and hip hop. Y'all agree? And even FUBU got famous because they got their stuff and got rappers to wear it. All of this is going back to rap and hip hop. So at the end of the day, what does that say to us? What is that saying to us, DJ Roland? What is not bowl? I got you. I said I'm gonna look bowling up. I'm saying a lot. I didn't say all, but I got you on that. And I need to look bowling up because that's a new one for me. And somebody said all of them made in China. So at the end of the day, LL was an initial investor. But this is what I want to say. Why is it that only the rap community and the hip hop community predominantly has been the creators of clothing? Why have we not had any other black creations? Why? Where are we at? Where's our representation? Where is our represent? And I'm not saying that hip hop and rap didn't represent. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to get us to identify we're absent in so many areas. We are absent. Is that pronounced Sice? Michelle Brownlow? Is that pronounced Sice? A handbag designer? But that's who we looked up to. Well, listen, I'll say this for me. I was not a hip hop fanatic because I was old by the time hip hop came out. So, or older, and it just was not my interest. But at the end of the day, why are there no designers? Why we're missing so many holes and gaps in our creativity? Where's the representation besides hip hop? Where is it at? Is that pronounced Sice? Tell me if I'm pronouncing that. They had the money to start the company. I hear that, but listen, black folks have had money before hip hop had money. Uh-oh, I said what I said, and I'll add to it if I take it back. Black folks had money before hip hop had money. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back. Black folks had money before people had money. Why have we not seen the need to invest and create in ourselves? Hip hop saw that they could take these clothes and make them what people wanted, what the young folks wanted, because what did hip hop exploit? Youthfulness. Now, come on, y'all. Everybody's dealing with psychology here. Everybody's dealing with psychology. Natty Dread, come on in here. So much mad love to you. Good to have you in the lines then. What they did was hip hop and rappers, they exploited youthfulness. And that was a youth movement. But everybody wasn't young. Where's everybody else? Where was our ingenuity to create for our markets in the black community? So at the end of the day, there were some people before hip hop that had money, and it wasn't just a little taste of change. And whether you believe it or not, there's some black folks that are billionaires. Don't lie to yourself and don't let nobody lie to you. There are some black folks that are billionaires that stay under the radar. Why do they stay under the radar? Because they know if you know they a billionaire, you gonna come out the woodwork talking about you my cousin 4 times removed. Where's my money? Black folks become billionaires. Listen, when this is what happens when a black person, I don't care how loud they are, I don't care how bodacious they are, when black folks make money, this is what happens. When black folks make money, they don't tell nobody. Cause they know y'all coming coming from everywhere. Y'all gonna come out the cracks, out of the crevices, out of the floorboard, out the refrigerator. Y'all gonna come from everywhere with your hand out. But I'm here to tell you, there are black billionaires. Do not fool yourself. So this is where I'm challenging us. It's not a matter of, oh, but they had the money. We've had the money. Don't play. We've had some coins now. Quit lying to yourself. Quit lying to yourself. We had some coins. But this is the thing. If you have no impact, presence, or influence in your community, that's not success to me. I'm not your accountant. I don't care what you have. I hear you talking stirs the soul. And now I'm gonna tell you what. And this is the thing that I really feel and believe. When see what had happened was, I got you, Cassandra. I feel like the people in this season, now y'all don't have to, but they decided to use their coins. I got you, one reason. They used those coins and they looked at another market, one reason. They said there are young people out there that look like us, that act like us, that talk like us, that will look up to us, and they made themselves buku coins off of young people, just like other markets are making buku coins off of black folk. And I'm looking at black folk and I'm saying, where you at? I don't hear nothing but crickets. I can't listen. I'm looking and I'm like, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Listen.
I can't hear you.
Where you at, commerce?
I can't hear you.
Where you at, entrepreneurs?
I can't hear you.
Where you at, wealthy black folk?
I can't hear you.
Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? So at the end of the day, I look and I say, there's so many areas of the market that we have opportunity to penetrate and make a difference. Are we going to make a difference? Or are we going to continue in the trend that we have? So much love coming to you, Stacy 546. It's good to have you back this morning. And I'm running a little over, but I'm just talking. We are consumers, not investors, and that must change. Come on, Jazzy Mimi. You came in here talking heavy. You came in here talking loudly. We are consumers and not investors, but that must change. And we must begin to invest in ourselves. We gotta do it. It's Hazel Eyes. Come on in here and good morning to you. Mad Love, come on in the Lion's Den. So we are consumers, not investors. I see you, Bronx Harlem Girl. And this is the whole concept that we're working to turn around. Built black for black. We free us. And that's what we're espousing to, and that's what we're screaming from the rooftops in the Lion's Den. Built black for black, because it's going to be we that free us. Nobody else going to come in here and free us. While yet and still, they know they had, absolutely positively had to have black dollars if they wanted to be successful with their products. And that's where we're going to leave it this morning. Much love to you, Fairly All Day. You have an awesome day. So much love to you. So this is where I'm pushing. Now, we have been holding, today is Wednesday. So I got a 12 o'clock today where we're going to talk through the Built Black for Black, We Free Us, the solutions. Because it's not enough for us to just come and talk about the problem. We've got to create solutions. The last 2 weeks of solutions have been great. For those of you that Grandpa Holmes is chair, I think I've given everybody permission to get in. Touch me, reach out to me, but I've already sent this stuff out. I'll send it to you again. But at the end of the day, this is what we're working on. Solutions. We're not just talking about a thing. We know that psychologists have been for years planning and strategizing using the psychology of the movements and the consumer attitude of black people. We got to turn this thing around. Please hear me when I say it. We've got to turn it around, and we can. We built it for the opportunity to get bought out, and then the product loses its connection to us and then gets watered down. I think it stirs the soul. You hit a big nail on the head, because black folks will sell out in a heartbeat once they build it up, sell it out, and make their money, and then go on about their business. And then at the end of the day, it gets watered down and looks nothing like we created it. Do y'all know that I understand that Tyler Perry has once more and again, well, actually, let's say the first time around, he has purchased BET finally. Black manufacturers were forced out by bigger white companies. But this is the thing that I'm really pushing for. We, as black community members, we've got to connect, network, and band together, such that if somebody comes and pressures you and your organization, that you've got the backup, you've got the support, you've got those standing behind you that are going to network to make whatever needs to happen for you to continue in your successful role and to stay black. Can we stay black? Can we stay black? Can our company stay black? I'm talking in here. Your mother and father only bought hats from private hat designers. Come on in here, somebody too. Were they black? I'm assuming they were black. At the end of the day, built black for black. That's what we're pushing right now, because we free us. That's the way we tell it in the Lion's Den. And I mean that thing with all my shondo. If and as we build the community that we want to see, we've got to have the economic base, which means that we're going to have to plug in all of these places where we're absent. We're going to have to plug in all these places that we are currently absent, and we're going to need to fill that space. And at the end of the day, I don't want to hear this.
I can't hear you.
I don't want to hear that in the black community anymore. I need y'all to show up, talk up, speak up, make this thing happen. And they were absolutely black. I got you, somebody too. And I'm all for that. This is where we're turning the table. And it's not in any way negative, but we are finally, hopefully, coming into the understanding that for our community to really have the economic base that we deserve and the economic base that we have built everybody else's, we are now ready to build for ourselves. You make black hair care products, and you refuse to have white investors who would require me to water down my ingredients. Come on here, Jazzy Mimi. Do y'all see that right there? Jazzy Mimi, drop a link, sis. Drop a link. Jazzy Mimi, drop a link. I want you all, this is how we do it. I want y'all to go out here and buy Jazzy Mimi and her black hair care products. Time is up. I can keep going, but I won't. I want y'all to understand. Last year or the year before, whenever they came out, because can y'all believe I've been on here just 3 months shy of being on Twitch for 3 years? Just 3 months shy of being on here for 3 years. Now, this is where I want us to pay attention. I came out and I praised Target for their black line of products that they put out, only to find out that many of those black products that Target is now selling, and if you pay attention, it's now saying black founded. Hear what I'm saying? Black founded, because those black companies are no longer owned by black folks. I said what I said, and I want you to pay attention. Those companies are no longer owned by black folks. And they are, pay attention, they are still selling it in the black section as white founded in the small print. White founded because it ain't black. Black founded because it ain't black owned. So at the end of the day, when we've got a Jazzy Mimi, when we've got other folks in here that are selling and they're not going to sell out, that are selling black hair care products, listen, go buy something. Test it out. I don't know about her product. Buy something and test it out. You understand the words that I'm saying? But buy something. Let's put this child naturally nourished for you at gmail.com. Do y'all see that? Naturally nourished for you at gmail.com is Jazzy Mimi. Come on, y'all. Now let's go get some of these items and test it out. And why do I say test it out? I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form against Jazzy Mimi, but everybody said they can do something, can't do something. Some of these folk out here lying. And you gonna go out there and buy them products and come back bald and then be mad at spiritual thought leaders. Say, you told me to go buy that product. Now I'm bald. So listen, I want you to try it out, test it out, and if it works for you, come on, follow somebody too. I'm telling you what I know. They'll come back and be ready to sue me. Now, her product done took their hair out, but they gonna come back and sue STL because she told me to go buy that product. Now, y'all go out there and test it out. Try a little taste. Get a little something. Try it on your hair. And then, if it works, Michelle, you know I ain't lying. I'm telling what God loves. It's the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Go out there and test it out. See if that product is working for you. If that product is working for you, you go back and buy some more and buy it again and buy it again and buy it again. And don't just stop there. Tell somebody else about it. How about that? Spread the word so we can make Jazzy Mimi. If Jazzy Mimi got the hair product of the century for black folks, we need to be pushing it. You understand the word? My Lock, if you got some, I don't know. This is why we're asking you. And even though Tall Pumps is not in here, even yesterday, today, Tall Pumps is still out there in Solutions. Go out there in Solutions in my Discord and put your information so we can get you in this database. Because if we're saying built black for black and we're buying black, we got to know where the black entrepreneurs and the black products are. So much of you are hidden secrets. Nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody knows what you have. And I understand marketing dollars and all of that. But at the end of the day, go out there to Solutions. Go out there to Solutions. Thank you. You put the link in the directory. Thank you so much, Shelly Thunder. And let us know what you're doing so that we can get somebody. You hear my baby talking about my hair is so dry. We need somebody to help us stop having dry hair and split ends. Can we do it? Now, let's make these individuals that have products and businesses go over the top. I mean that thing. And it's not just about me. It's about everybody. If you have something that you're doing, we want to know about it. This is why closed mouths don't get fed, My Lock Journey. You've been looking for a reputable company that does black label. Come on here. I make my own products as well, but I don't have the time to keep up with the demand. Listen, folks, that sound like opportunities for me. Let's grow My Lock Journey. Let's grow Jazzy Mimi. All right, now y'all done got on my, y'all done got real. I started real silly, but I'm real serious right now. This is the talk that I want to hear in the Lion's Den. I'm going to say it once more and again. We got My Lock Journey that has black products, but she can't keep up with the demand. We got Jazzy Mimi, and we may have some other folks in here too. Listen, closed mouths don't get fed. I need you to talk to me. This is what the Lion's Den is about, because when you see me say BB4B, built black for black, that's exactly what we plan to do from the Lion's Den. We're gonna build it from the ground up if we have to. If you're just getting started, I don't care. At the end of the day, this is where the Lion's Den is committing our energy, that we're here to make a difference and we're here to turn this thing around. If we're gonna turn the economic base around, we've got to start coming together. We've got to start buying our products, and I'm gonna say it again, I'm not gonna bite my tongue. If you got a shoddy product and you got shoddy services, I'm not gonna push you, I'm not gonna promote you, because folks gonna be mad at me because they gonna say STL told me to do it. But if you are willing, now I'm gonna say this, sometimes when you get started, you do make some failures. But listen, be honest with the people, come back and do what you need to do to make it right and keep it moving. Now, if your product is dropping folks' hair follicles off the top of their head and they walking out bald, don't put your product in the lion's den. I said what I said. If referrals matter, they really, really do. But I'm not going to refer you if your business is bad. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to refer you if your business is bad. But I will give everybody an opportunity. I will give everybody an opportunity. And I'm going to say this again. Even if you misstep and even if you may mess up, I will still promote you if you show me that you're going to treat people right. If you're willing to go back and correct your mess and make it right, I will still promote you. But if you go out here and you treating the people like another coin and you can care less about making your mess ups right, I'm not going to promote you. Please believe that. You heard it from me. You heard it from my mouth. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You jack somebody up that I referred to you and you don't make it right, you will never get another referral from me again until you show me that you're mature enough and accountable enough to make it right. Otherwise, you get no promotion from me. Just be clear. Now, so at the end of the day, if you out there, and especially if I said what I said, Michelle Brownell, and I'll add to it before I take it back. But now, if you are out there and you know you got the product of the century, and like Mylock said, the closed mouth will not be fed. We need to know that you're out there. Come on, DJ Rollum. I'm telling it like it is. No cream, no sugar. We take this coffee strong and black. But I'm here to promote everybody over the top. If you're a DJ and you want gigs, I'm here for you. If you are entertainment in any way, shape, or form, I'm here for you. If you're here with some kind of product, business, or service, I'm here for you. That's why the Lion's Den is here. It's not just talking about what happened while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. We are here talking about how to come together as a community of black folk and take this over the top. And I'm talking about economically. I'm not just talking about lip service. Listen, I want this to fall in your pockets, DJ Rollum. I want this to fall in your pockets, DJ Rockin' Ron. I want this for you, my lock journey. I want you, Jazzy Mimi. Come on in here, Bronx Harlem girl. I want this for everybody that's out here trying to hustle. I want this for you, Rebel Inc. I want to hear coin after coin after coin. And anybody else that's serious about this thing, this is the solution, my lock journey. This is the solution. And I want everybody to win. I do, K2 Hoop. I want everybody to win. And this is how we're going to do it. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It doesn't have to be all this and all that. Baby, it starts even with solutions and being able to put people's information in the solutions database so that, and I mean countrywide, nationwide, and in other countries across the world. We just want you to be able to know where the black products are so you can go out there and get them. That's the way we do it. DJ Rockin' Ron, receive it, man, because I'm telling you, that's the way we're doing it. I want everybody to win. We just ain't in here blowing hot air to be blowing hot air. We're changing things. And with that being said, it's 9:30. Y'all got me. You got me. Now, I'm going to be in Solutions today at 12 o'clock. Everybody that has been in the VIP section, you should have an admit. It's in Discord. Come on over to Discord. It's a private channel, so you have to have permission to get in there. I want y'all to come in. Let's grow together, DJ Rockin' Ron. Let's grow together. BTD Mom has the David Ryan charity. They're doing awesome work out here in the community. There's so many people that are here as we come together and listen, when I talk about, I'm looking for the day that we can start financially seeding and being angel funders. You understand what I'm saying? I want us to be angel funders from the Lion's Den, where we can give you startup capital, where we can give you what you need in growth, where we can put your word out. Yes, 1 o'clock Eastern time, because it's anytime I give, it's going to be Central time. So yes, we've been missing you, but you got the open door. Come on in, because this is what we've been. The last 2 sessions we've done this. This is our 3rd week. These sessions have been great. The first session was awesome. Last week was awesome. I look forward to it every single week because it has been absolutely phenomenal. And the whole idea is that we're built black for black. That's what we're building. Now understand, many of what we say in that channel will not be said outside of that channel because this is private to us because we're building something. And you can't always get out here and tell all your business in the streets. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. There's some stuff that's going to only be told in that channel. You have to come in through Patreon membership, and you can do it at any level. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, we're meeting. That gives you permission to get into the Discord channel, and then we post it up on demand for you to watch anytime that you want to watch it after the fact. It has been a great time. Solutions has been a great thing. And I'm telling you, it's been good. And we go deep. Come on, Rebel. Rebel's been in both weeks and she knows we go deep. It's a good solutions conversation. And we're tackling the economic base because we about to turn this thing around, Betty. Please believe it. I certainly will, Jazzy Mimi. We go deep. We go deep and we mean this thing and we mean it every step of the way. Now, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here because I got to be back at 12 o'clock. But I'm serious about this thing. I love you guys, to everybody that's come in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you don't believe it's going to happen? Oh, don't believe it. Just watch. Don't believe it. Just watch. Oh, yeah. Misty Blue, good morning to you. Well, this has been another edition of Yes You O Cubed. I am the spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I'm glad that you joined me on today. Y'all better look out because we're building something. We're here to be the change, and it's not just something you're doing on your own because this pride, this Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. It's us, you, me, we all. Come on up in here because we doing this thing. Please, please believe it. Now, for everybody that's been a help to us on today, we're building something. I tell you, we are building something in here. I want to say thank you to my moderators, the Rebel Inc., Shelly Thunder, and Michelle Browno. I appreciate you all for the resubs. 33 months long, Rebel. 33 months. One reason, and the gospel takeover was in the house this morning. Come through, Lions. And I want to give it up for my girl. Uh-oh, I don't know what happened. That is the wrong picture, y'all. Let me come on. At the end of the day, we got a raid train. And it's moving. You see this as an answer to your prayer, Jazzy Mimi. Come on and join us, girl, because we doing it. Z Lady C, you have an awesome day, too, because I love me some you. That moderator right there, she's always in the Lion's Den, and I love you, Z Lady C. Come on, this raid train is moving, and we're going somewhere. And I want you to come ride with us, because we're going to do you good. Now, at the end of the day, as my beautiful moderators say, have an amazing day on purpose. We're going to DJ Coach Herb 97 in case you get left and you got to get an Uber over there. Come on and join us because we're going somewhere. Now, you know how I say it. Do what you love and love what you do, and peace for your journey.